It has been roughly 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years since the release of Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign was a fabulous Pokemon set. It still is a fabulous Pokemon set. It was the second set that Pokemon released that really focused on alternate arts. If you remember, Battle Styles was a lot of fun for people at first, but then kind of phased out a little bit. And a lot of that is because people were still focused on finding Shining Fates, and things started to become a little bit more available as far as Pokemon goes when it comes to Battle Styles. There wasn't a whole lot of Battle Styles cards that people were super interested in, but Chilling Reign had a lot of people's attention, and because of that, pre-order prices on Chilling Reign were very, very ridiculous. Also, Battle Styles, if you remember, this was a crazy time for Pokemon right around June 2021, not because of just inventory issues and finding stock in stores. And if you were around during this time, you remember, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was crazy with how many releases Pokemon kind of jam-packed in a very short window of time. We talk about this right now with the release of Scarlet and Violet 151 coming a few weeks ago, but also Obsidian Flames basically releasing about a month and a half ago, and now in less than a month, a few weeks, we have the release of Paradox Rift, which is the next main series set. So you had two main series sets and then a specialty set basically that are releasing within a 3-month stretch of time. This was insane during this time. So in May, I believe, you had Battle Styles in May of 2021. Chilling Reign was in June of 2021. August of 2021 was Evolving Skies. October of 2021 was Celebrations and Fusion Strike. It was absolutely crazy. And then in December, you had like additional waves of a lot of additional product, including second, third print runs of Battle Styles and Chilling Reign. There was a lot that came. It was just a very, very busy sort of time where during a 6-month stretch, you had basically 5 releases of Pokemon. And part of that is because Pokemon delayed stuff because of the pandemic, because of distribution and printing issues. They couldn't get labor out there. It was such a mess. And because of that, we had just a ton of product that just started overwhelming the shelves. And you had Battle Styles booster boxes, Chilling Reign booster boxes drop down to about $90. But people were more focused on Evolving Skies. They were more focused on Celebrations. And because of that, these sets kind of just rode at these cheap prices for about a year and a half, until about a year ago when Chilling Reign started getting a lot of attention. There was a lot of content creators that recorded videos about Chilling Reign and how it's an undervalued set and how it's an underappreciated set. And because of that, we had these huge spikes of Chilling Reign, not just on sealed product, but really on single product as well. And that lasted for about 6-7 months. And now over the past 6-7 months, we talked about this Chilling Reign set about 6 months ago and how it was performing, because things really started flattening out. Things have gone the other direction. So sealed product is still king. Like we've talked about this before, sealed doesn't really fail you. I mean, that might go down for a brief period of time, but for the most part, sealed is going to continue to climb. And that's basic economics, right? The supply and demand factor of things. People are going to want to open up Pokemon packs, and as soon as Pokemon packs are opened up, that supply is gone, but there's still going to be demand there. So Chilling Reign booster boxes, Chilling Reign loose booster packs, which you're probably not going to find as much in stores anymore, starting to climb a little bit, and will start to climb a little bit, albeit extremely slowly and very methodically, should continue to see value increase. But if you look at singles, especially alternate arts, and we're not just talking about Chilling Reign, we're talking about Pokemon in general. A good friend of mine, John, who's a huge customer at the Coliseum. John is just a fantastic guy. Lots of support. Huge shout out to you, John. Thank you for everything. He commented on the video that I posted on Friday about going over Scarlet and Violet 151 price changes and how this set in specific is starting to climb in single prices despite it being out for a few weeks, which is a lot different than what we've seen in the past. He commented about how things in Scarlet and Violet 151 are definitely climbing. However, the rest of the market, especially when it comes to Sword and Shield era alternate arts, things like that, is really falling. And now might be the time that you really want to start shoring up some of those collection pieces as they become a little bit more scarce, a little bit more difficult to find. Scarlet and Violet is a great generation, and I love Scarlet and Violet. I do enjoy the base set. I really love Paldea Evolved. Obsidian Flames is kind of meh for me, but I am excited about Paradox Rift. That Tapu Koko looks absolutely amazing. There's a lot of really cool cards in Paradox Rift, but paying attention to some of the singles in the Sword and Shield era, especially as some people start getting out of the hobby, maybe move on to something else, really an important time. And we're going to look at these singles right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, because some of them have really gotten to a point where they were, and even lower than where they were before Chilling Reign started getting pumped a lot. So now's the time. I think it really important to start looking, and there's some fantastic artworks in here that are basically at all-time lows. If you have pieces to your collection that you're looking to add, or maybe your master set, or whatever the case may be, now is really the time. Again, not advice by any means. Don't go out and buy stuff based off of my opinion so that way they 10x in price. What I'm telling you is that if you want to collect these cards, now might be the time where they could be at their cheapest. So that's something that you want to pay attention to moving forward. I always tell people, set a price point of what you're comfortable paying for a card, the lowest price you're really looking for, and then you never feel like you're going to lose. Even if the price does come down even further, you bought it at the price that you are happy with, so then it's a win in my book. I think it's very, very important to kind of take that route into things. Don't worry about the future when it comes to Pokemon investing or anything like that. Nobody knows. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. I've been involved in this hobby for a very long time, and things just happen. Things just happen, and it's cyclical, but it's not, nobody knows exactly how things are going to unfold. So I think it's very important that you research and study things, but also ultimately make your own decisions based off of the information that you've kind of absorbed and what your gut tells you. That was a weird segue into talking about chillingreign prices, but we're going to start out looking at sealed product, and sealed product has slowed down astronomically. But if you look at the kind of the buzz starting in October of 2022, you can see how much it shot up over the next 5 months. October of 2022, it was sitting right around $90, so it was at a one-year low of $91.35, and then it spent the next 3 months basically exploding in price all the way up until March of 2023, where it almost hit that one-year high that we're looking at right now. It jumped up to about 147, 148, and then kind of went down a little bit and really leveled off from basically March of 2023 all the way up to the current time, and it could continue staying that way for several months moving forward. Chillingreign is a great set and a lot of fun to open, but the fantastic part about it, not really selling that much above MSRP currently. So the MSRP on Chillingreign booster boxes are about $144, which is lower than what the current MSRP is for Scarlet and Violet booster boxes, because Pokemon did raise MSRP on current prices. So you can see that 1 year bump, getting to that 1 year high point of $152.71 in August of 2023, but for the most part, you're not looking at a huge price differential. Sealed product kind of staying stagnant over the last several months. We've seen a little bit of backwards movement on the Elite Trainer box for Chillingreign. Remember, there's two different variants of Chillingreign Elite Trainer boxes. There's the Ice Rider and the Shadow Rider Calyrex variants. We're looking at the Ice Rider Calyrex variant right here. They follow pretty much the same price pattern, but you can see these dropping a little bit in January of 2023. It was down to $36.88, so about $5 below MSRP before starting to really blow up in price. People like keeping a sealed ETB in their collection, and with Chillingreign, there's two of them. So this one started really moving up in price, but never got too far above MSRP. We weren't looking at double pricing or anything like that. We were basically looking at MSRP plus shipping. It did go up to $54.05 in June of 2023 as its 1 year high. Now, it did back off a little bit. There were some stores, there were some distributors that ended up finding additional stock that they were able to move to some stores, and that did impact the market price a little bit here. You can see it dropping down to $47.95 and continuing to stay downward in the trending downward direction a little bit. Chillingreign booster packs have pretty much been all over the place, but you can see in October of 2022, that's when they were at their 1 year low at $3.23. During that buzz, we did see some big growth when it came to Chillingreign. I mean, went up about 30%, almost 40%. Chillingreign loose booster packs really started climbing. You can see in June of 2023, it hit that 1 year high of $4.04, so basically above MSRP at that point, but then started coming backward. In August of 2023, it actually dropped all the way down to about $3.30. Now it's come back up a little bit, $3.75, so right in between its 1 year low and 1 year high. However, Chillingreign booster packs a little bit tougher to find as far as sealed product goes. There might be some older sealed product that you still find at Walmart or at Target, but for the most part, not a whole lot of sealed collection boxes or tins or anything like that are going to house Chillingreign booster packs anymore, because the set is about 2.5 years old now, so not getting printed nearly as much as what they were. The Blaziken VMAX, one of my favorite alternate arts. This one is actually probably like second or third on my list. I love the Blaziken VMAX alternate art, and thankfully it has really started coming down in price. Now, it's not where it was in October of 2022 during that 1 year low portion, $127.82. I can't believe when you look at prices now how cheap this card was. Like, it's crazy to think that it jumped up over $100 in the span of 6-7 months. But this was sitting at $127.82 in October of 2022, and then when that Chillingreign pump kind of happened, really started climbing in price. You can see relatively flat for the months of January and February 2023, and then March started moving up even higher and higher to the point in June where it hit that 1-year high of 227.70, but it has come back down quite a bit, almost lost 25% over the past 4 months, sitting at 171.80. So we haven't seen a 171.80 price point since basically December of 2022, so almost a year ago. So this one continuing to trend in the downward direction like what we've seen from a lot of other alternate arts, including this Galarian Moltres V. 105.48 was its low point in October of 2022. That's when the card kind of got bought out, and a lot of alternate arts went through this, but this is trending downward to that location where it was almost 2 years ago now, or almost a year ago now. This one climbed and climbed and climbed. You can see in March of 2023 it hit that 1-year high of 142.14, but it's been trending downward ever since then, almost lost about 20%. It has peaked up a little bit. You can see in August of 2023 it fell down to about 115. It's gained about $7 back, so about 5% that it's gained back, but still sitting at 122.26 currently, so well below its 1-year high. The Snorlax Gold card, this one has taken a huge hit. This card was selling over $100 for quite a while, but then in October of 2022 it was all the way down to about 70, started moving up and up and up. In March of 2023 it hit that 1-year high of $88.32, but look at what it's done over the past 7 months now. Gold cards just not as popular as they used to be, and this one's still probably the most expensive, I think, in the Sword and Shield era, the Snorlax here, but trending way downward. It's sitting at $68.26 right now, which I think is an all-time low for this card currently, but it's lost about $20 over the span of 7-8 months now, which is absolutely insane. That's about 25% that has dropped. The Zeraora V alternate art, this one was gaining a lot of ground. It has lost almost half of its value, and I don't remember the last time I saw this card selling for below $40, so definitely a card that you want to keep an eye on moving forward. If you don't have it in your collection, it's something that you're interested in buying for your collection, it's a good thing you waited. October of 2022 started moving up like a lot of other alternate arts, continued to climb until March of 2023 where it hit that 1-year high of $71.92, but it has been nothing since then except fall all the way down to $39.18, which is his current price. Probably an all-time low for this one, but definitely a 1-year low for that Zeraora V. The Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, if you remember, there were two different variants of alternate art. So there was the normal alternate art, and then there was the secret rare alternate art that kind of started with battle styles. Chillingreign continued that thought process, and then we saw that in Fusion Strike and in Evolving Skies. After that, you just basically had normal alternate arts. There weren't a whole lot of secret rare variants moving forward. October of 2022, the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX alternate art was right around $45 at $45.10. That was its 1-year low. Saw a huge growth pattern up until March of 2023 where it hit that $63.81 mark, and now it's gone way backwards to the point of September of 2023. At the beginning of the month, it was very close to that 1-year low point, right around $45. Now it has gained a little bit of that back, sitting at $52.55 currently, but definitely trending in the downward direction. Same thing with the Galarian Rapidash V, and this is ultimately like probably top 5 when it comes to artworks for me. I love the artwork. I love the color scheme of it. I just think it looks absolutely stunning. And thankfully, it is way cheaper now than where it was, and also not just relatively inexpensive overall when you compare it to other alternate arts, in my mind, of the same caliber. It might not be your cup of tea, but I really enjoyed. In October of 2022, this was sitting at about $38, started climbing. In March of 2023, it hit that 1-year high of $51.68, and then the bottom just fell out and it crashed like crazy. Now it's sitting at $35.03, which is an all-time low for this one, really kind of following the same pattern as that Celebi V from Fusion Strike. Just kind of go like beautiful cards, but there just seems to be a lot of them available and a lot of them constantly on the market, which is great for collectors, as this one sits basically at an all-time low. The Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, another secret rare alternate art variant. In October of 2022, this started trending upwards like what we saw from other alternate arts. This one hit its peak basically in February of 2023, so it matured a little bit faster. It hit $53.69, but it's lost quite a bit of that, about 30% over the past 7-8 months now. In August of 2023, it hit $38.22 as a 1-year low. It's basically flat since then. It did get up to $38.94, which is where it's sitting close currently, but still looking at a 1-year low for sure, maybe an all-time low for that one. The Roadrunner Galarian Zapdos V is absolutely gorgeous. This one not performing very well. Another card that there just seems to be a lot of them that are constantly for sale. October of 2022, broken record, right? Started climbing up until February of 2023, beginning of March, where it hit that 1-year high of $65 $33.26. It has lost roughly 25% since then, a little bit more than that actually. You can see at the beginning of August of 2023, it hit that 1-year low of $40.18. Still sitting at $43.36, which is lower than it was about a year ago at this time, despite the pumping of Chilling Reign, the gross, just huge upward trajectory pattern that Chilling Reign went through. A lot of these singles kind of reverting back to lower prices than where they were a year ago, including this Galarian Articuno V, which is another gorgeous card from Chilling Reign. Really started climbing again in October of 2022, hit that 1-year high of $53.17. It's lost about $18 since then, sitting at $36.78 currently, which is just above its 1-year low of $36.10. The Galarian Slowking V, this one was performing very well for a long period of time, and it's been over the last few months that the bottom has just kind of fallen out. You can see in October of 2022, it didn't trend upward that much anymore because it was already trending upward prior to that. You see it's hitting its 1-year high in January of 2023 of $41.72, started losing a little bit, relatively flat then from March all the way up until August. It started moving up a little bit. So Galarian Slowking has kind of followed a different growth pattern than a lot of these other singles. But then in August of 2023, it just kind of fell apart. It went from $38 over the course of basically a month, 2 months. It lost about 30%. It dropped all the way down to $37.75, which is lower than basically it's been for a couple years. It did start climbing back a little bit now, sitting at $30.09. So that's about 10% growth over the past month, but a lot of damage that was already done to it. So those are the alternate arts that we're going to look at. We do have a couple of other full art trainer cards, and then one secret rare that we're going to just talk about briefly here. The Clara, this one kind of skyrocketed in March of 2023, like what we saw from a lot of other modern day full art supporters. A lot of buyouts that kind of happened because of everything that was going on with the Sun and Moon full art trainers. This one skyrocketed from basically a 1-year low of $22.30 all the way up to a 1-year high of $38.74 overnight, over the course of a month. A lot of anytime one got posted on TCG Player or on eBay or on a website, it basically got bought out. But since then, over the past 5-6 months, it's just gone in the opposite direction. That's why you got to be very careful looking at what's going on, how quickly sales are happening and things like that. So that way you don't make bad decisions when it comes to FOMO and you see all these people adding full art trainers and you're like, holy buckets, I got to get my hands on this one before it's too late. And then before you know it, it's back down to a 1-year low, currently sitting at $25.77. So about 10% above its 1-year low of $22.30, but still trending in the wrong direction. Caitlyn could be following the same growth pattern as what we just saw with Clara. However, this one is holding very, very strong. And this one, the growth pattern has been much more consistent and much more methodical. You can see in October of 2022, this was sitting at a 1-year low of $15.61. It's been slow, steady growth all the way up until June of 2023. That's where you see that big jump from $25 all the way up to basically $34. It hit that 1-year high in August of 2023 of $34.16. So basically jumped about 40% over the span of 2 months. But it stayed very close to that price point. It's only lost about 10% from that, sitting at $30.93 currently, but it is trending downwards. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that one over the next several months. The Psychic Energy doing extremely well. Part of this is because of Mew, like it has gone up quite a bit. In March of 2023, you can see it's right around a 1-year low of $15.90, which it hit in November of 2022, but then it skyrocketed like a lot of other cards from Chilling Reign. This one just happened much, much later in March of 2023, and then in May, basically hit that 1-year high of $30.76. It was relatively flat for a few months, and then it dropped all the way down to $19.27. So it's still above its 1-year low, but if you look at the secret rare energies right now in the market, everything is basically very, very cheap outside of this one. Maybe the water energy from Chilling Reign is also still doing okay, but for the most part, everything else is $10, $11, and then you get to the Scarlet and Violet generation. They're selling for single digits. So if you're a secret rare energy collector, definitely one to keep an eye out moving forward. I think part of the reason is because as Pokemon continues to print more and more variants of energies, these become less desirable, especially now with the gray borders. So it'll be interesting to see what moves, what happens moving forward with the market on these as well. But we covered Chilling Reign mostly because a lot of things are moving backwards in the market, and I think it's important to kind of continue to pay attention to that as you fill holes in your collection. I hope you appreciate the content. If you do, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. Those things just go very, very far for the algorithm. Share the channel if you wouldn't mind, but ultimately thank you just for being here, listening to me ramble. I love talking about this stuff. I love it's like talking to friends. You know, that sounds super corny. But thank you so much for being here. I'll be back in a couple days. Until next time, peace.